It's Mooman.
Mooman?
This is not a dream.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is Mooman. It is Mooman on the mic.
What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Yes, it is your man's Mooman's on the mic, back with another episode of the Initiative Podcast, where we get into everything celebrity news, world news, sociology, psychology, and WTF. Let's go. Okay, we all know, we heard it. If you ain't seen the headlines, if you haven't been sticking to the stories, we know 6 bunker busters went through Iran. Okay, through. All right, not on the surface, but deep below. You know what I mean? And we all know, we was all suspecting it. It's over with. One of them nuclear bombs go out, boom. You know what I'm saying? That's the end of humanity. That wasn't the case at all. You see what I'm saying? And there are more headlines for you to get into, and I suggest y'all go check them out. What my understanding is that it was complete obliteration of all 3 sites. Boom. And then, mind you, there are more sites. There's definitely more sites. He already was on the news earlier today talking about, y'all do any retaliation towards America, there's going to be more sites that are easier to target. Boom. And I know it wasn't in those words. And this is why I encourage y'all to go check out those headlines. Let's move into the headline hero. Okay, so the headline hero, again, and this is by complete and utter purpose, out to everyone who's been listening to this podcast, who's been keeping their head on a swivel, but still maintaining a certain sense of self-security. Okay, these are one of these moments in time, and these are one of the best times to be alive. Okay, this is why we are our own heroes on this episode of the Initiative Podcast, because everyone else, you could be your own villain. If you haven't experienced your shadow side, I suggest y'all go check out my girl Meg Robbins' podcast. You see what I'm saying? And her new book, she has a unique take on the therapeutics of the psychodynamics, you know what I'm saying, of dealing with pressures in real times. Okay, pressures in real time. We know what those pressures can be. We're not going to name them. We could. We already know the names of them personally. We're not going to name them off to each other. We're going to keep them to ourselves. We all know. And mind you, between the protests, AI, and still waiting for GTA 6. You see what I'm saying? Still waiting for GTA 6. It's all bad. I'm making light of this situation. All right. Shout out to my gamers out there. Okay, I'm making light of the situation. But again, don't take my word for it. In a minute here, we're going to start what we usually start off with. We're going to go quick too, because it's the headline hunt. Okay, headline hunting, man. Donald Trump dropped the bomb. And I know that y'all heard that before the headline hunting, but we got to make it clear that all the headlines that are going around at current juncture in time are, safe to say, a series of headlines for decades to come. All right, now we got to start figuring out what we're going to do with our children, what we're going to do with our families, what does success really mean for us. Okay, headline hunting: Cardi B and Stefon Diggs relationship. Okay, while separated from Offset, Cardi recently began dating Stefon Diggs. Okay, despite rumors of the relationship circulating for months, she and the New England Patriots wide receiver only officially announced it last month. Okay, so they're still fairly new. When they went to Instagram official, the Migos rapper posted X, formerly Twitter, afterwards. Good rollout in PR. Okay, today I passed. Diggs later shared a picture of himself catching a football with the caption, "We good over here, I caught her." Oh, there go another dig. Okay, you already know what DDG been saying all over here. That's my ball, that's her ball, that's this ball, that's that ball. Whose ball is it? Diggs then showed up to one of the Patriots' off-season practices while matching braids with Offset's son Wave. The move left Offset furious, knowing somebody die for playing with my son. They're gonna call me crashing out. Offset wrote on X in a now deleted post. So here's the thing. Y'all seen her nails. Stefon Diggs. Very fashionable the way that she posts these things. Everything's a PR for Cardi B. You have to understand, Cardi B's been in the game since 19. How old is she? She's about to be 30. Okay? She's been in the game for some time. She's been rich for a while. For a while. You know what I'm saying? For a while. So, I mean, at this point, these are rich girl problems. You know what I'm saying? Like, shout out to all my black men who do pass the ball. To get the ball. You know what I'm saying? For the game-winning shot. Headline nothing. The game advises Offset to pursue Angel Reese as Stefon Diggs and Cardi B drama continues. Okay, wow, this is a headline that I just popped up. The game has weighed in on Stefon Diggs, Offset's ongoing feud with Cardi B. In doing so, he suggested that Offset do something after Diggs got a matching hairstyle to the rapper's Son Wave. This has been going around. The New England Patriot wide receiver debuted the new look at OTAs earlier this week. Okay, taking his Instagram story, Game shared a picture of Stefon Diggs in a hairstyle chair and caught by all hip hop. Me knowing the nigga ain't gonna do nothing about it, Game wrote over the photo. In a follow-up, he posted a side-by-side comparison to Diggs and Wave with the caption, "How much for these?" Game has been instigating for some years. He's been on the sidelines this game for years, and I do say sidelines, and I would love to hear another album from Game. I would love to see how he would put his reality in art format as usual. You know what I'm saying? And then see how that art can manifest into his life. You can control the narrative, and females are an art form. Alright? It truly is. Females are an art form out here, ladies and gentlemen. And if y'all don't know that by now, I don't really know what to tell y'all. You see what I'm saying? My thing is this, right? And I'm going off a little tangent here. What are we going to do about the divide amongst the black men and black women worldwide at this point? Now, I know that there's a section of us black men and black women who can see, obviously, the propaganda in the music that comes out, right? The narratives that get pushed for top dollar in the social circles that are attached to the record labels attached to other LLCs, off shipping, you name it. Boom. I mean, we know this. We know where it goes. All right? We know where it all goes. So my thing is, at the end of the day, if you can create a formatted business legally, of course, if you can create a formatted business, then why can't I? And if you want to create SEC laws, you want to bypass Congress, you want to create a situation that you can control at the highest levels of your business, is legal to an extent, you say? Oh, well. If that's the case, you have to pull in the entire society of people who rise above this, okay? And I'm not going to classify anybody. That doesn't need no classification. I'm not going to keep holding up these racist tangents with you. I'm not going to do it. I'm not even going to allow y'all to get to that level with me, because I'm always going to be at the bottom and I'm always going to be at the top of that debate. Okay? At all times. You see what I'm saying? Like, I think we should have the highest level forms of government. I think we should have the highest of the lowest forms of community councils. I don't believe we should actually. I believe we should control our own zip codes. Okay, that's what I believe. That's what I've always believed. Let's do some more headline hunting. Drake sparks uproar after joining Morgan Wallen on tour in Houston. Drake and country singer Morgan Wallen previously collaborated on the song You Broke My Heart back in 2023. Drake made a surprising appearance at Morgan Wallen's show in Houston over the weekend for the country singers I'm the Problem tour. The two previously collaborated on the track You Broke My Heart in 2023. As clips of the show have been circulating on social media, fans have been having mixed reactions. Many brought up the video of the Wallen using the N-word back in 2021, for which he apologized at the time. What in the world did Drake think it was a good idea to associate himself with Morgan N-word Wallen? That was the moniker that decided. One user wrote on X. Another remarked, Morgan Wallen seems like someone Drake would see a lot of similarities with. Good for them. They can both make fun of slavery and the N-word together. Alright. I don't like the negativity around the N-word. That's a whole nother podcast. My thing is, was that a white person that said that? And I'm sitting up here. Well, I mean, Drake's dad is black. Let's not talk about. We know this. Why are we still having this debate? You know what I'm saying? That's what I don't understand. If y'all letting Mexicans say the N-word, Asians are saying the N-word now. There is a festival in one of these Asian countries that I've seen during the summer so far, okay, of them celebrating with our culture, but they would dress up in our culture's garb. I'm not going to say the classification. You can see it for yourself. It's just our culture, the culture of hip-hop. We all know how we dress them up. They dress up like that, and for the whole festival is them playing Comic-Con with our culture. Okay? Comic-Con. That's how it looks. And I'm like, what? And at first, I was like, then I'm thinking, well, those are the ones who know that they're African tribes or origination of the Chinese people. Okay? Or the Asian people in general. It's just massive. Wow. They know that. Okay? They've researched this. They've seen this. We know this to be self-evident. Okay? What are we going to do about the No Kings movement? What are we going to do about that? It's been getting violent. Okay? Yeah, I agree. No kings in this country. We've had a history of terrible would-be kings and kingships connected to the Corporation of America. We understand this. Okay? We know what was going on, 1619. Okay? We know about the beginning of fraction banking. Notice. Alright? So don't sit up here and think that we don't, and we're not going to repeat the mistakes of the past. How can we? We want to repeat the mistakes of the past? We are in the age of AI. Past is about to be the good old days. Alright? Y'all been keeping up with the AI news. Alright? The AI news is crazy. Do you know that they know how to solidify lights? I was talking to my guy Marcus about this. Shout out to Marcus. Shout out, you know what I'm saying? You meet interesting people in Miami. Listen, they know how to solidify light. Okay, it is a quasi-solid. I urge y'all to go look up this science. Just type in Google, solidify light. You're gonna be amazed. You know what I'm saying? And I'm sitting up here like, what? No, man. We're gonna weaponize light now? This is absurd. Okay? Y'all don't even know what to do with that. I know what to do with some liquefied lights. You know the things that I can create. If you put the liquefied light into my influence, that's endless. Okay, endless. All right, but listen, as y'all know, once again, it is your man Moo Man on the mic. Thank y'all for listening to another episode of the Initiative Podcast, and I got some more coming. And I'm gonna see y'all on the next episode. Let's get it.